The countdown ended in silence. In the black beyond Virellia's outer ring, the grav-jump corridors split open like tears in space. From them emerged dozens of G.U.P stealth carriers, shimmering with refracted light, the last flickers of gravity distortion shedding from their hulls like oil from water. Each ship held thousands of commandos, human and synthetic, fully armed, fully silent, and synchronized to the second. Phase 2 had begun. The ships didn't communicate, no signal exchange, no traceable beacons. Their insertion paths were pre-calculated to converge across Virellia's hemisphere, its 3 moons, and 8 peripheral relay stations. The goal: break the spine of Virellia's command structure before they even realized it was under siege. They would arrive just as Ghostfall bloomed. The first of the Ghostfall pulses struck as the city entered pre-dawn hours. Transit hubs collapsed in synchronization. Control towers lost navigation arrays. Power grids hiccuped across 16 population centers. Gravity fields began fluctuating, redirecting lift platforms and orbital elevators. Civilians looked skyward as lights dimmed and holofeeds dissolved into static. Then from the upper atmosphere came the second wave. Tens of thousands of drop pods rained from the stratosphere. Each carrier released them with surgical precision. The pods, larger than the Ghostfall scouts but still cloaked, streaked through the sky like fragments of shattered stars. Boost packs fired in tandem. Atmospheric friction burned white across their surfaces, an overwhelming spectacle that masked the method behind the storm. The pods struck. They didn't explode. They opened. Human commandos surged into corridors, through city cores, beneath archive spires. Synthetic strike teams landed in mineral-rich canyons and deep ocean vaults. Each one had a pre-assigned target: communication silos, drone factories, intelligence archives, defense satellite uplinks. 2 minutes after the pods landed, the G.U.P offensive platforms entered the system. Massive orbital weapon arrays blinked into existence as cloaks disengaged. Rail lances, grav disruptors, solar flare redirection grids. From over a dozen hidden locations throughout the asteroid belt and the frozen outer moons, the G.U.P unleashed its full fury. A storm of fire rained down. Virelian orbital defenses evaporated in seconds. Anti-ship satellites overloaded, rupturing into clouded halos of debris. Relay stations were carved in half, the remnants still broadcasting fragments of emergency signals before collapsing into planetary gravity. Spire domes shattered. Atmospheric stabilizers began to fail. From orbit to ocean trench, the G.U.P offensive was absolute. A G.U.P breaching team detonated the eastern wall of the Virelian intelligence nexus. Within seconds, 3 synthetic shock troopers poured into the breach, cutting through defenses with bladed limbs and magnetopulse rifles. Command protocols were hacked mid-combat. Enemy AI systems glitched and reset. Within 7 minutes, the entire facility was under G.U.P control. A Virelian counter-strike unit arrived too late to save it. By the time Auraleth received full telemetry, 15 vault relays were compromised. 47 infrastructure hubs were non-responsive. 83 communication relays were offline. Civilian panic reports spiked exponentially. He turned slowly in the flickering light of the council dome.
They've been planning this for decades.
His aide stammered.
We have defensive reserves. We still have the ring guard, the atmospheric fleets.
No. We have response patterns. They have execution.
He walked to the edge of the console dais.
Deploy the full fleet. Seal all transport lines. Collapse the upper skyways. Shut down all comm relays unless they're hardwired and trace verified.
And the vault systems?
Do not awaken them. Not yet.
General Lira stood inside a 360-degree war projection chamber. Dozens of strike vectors glowed red. Confirmations blinked in one by one. Secure, secure, secure.
79% of all Phase 2 strike targets neutralized or captured within the first 15 minutes.
Her adjutant said.
No major pushback. Virelian systems are splintering.
Lyra's eyes didn't leave the projection.
The ghosts did their job.
She raised her voice.
Begin city-scale lockdowns. Push synth teams into government towers and broadcast stations. Do not let the Virellians consolidate. Keep them fragmented.
The deck responded in unison. Captain Ryel stood at the edge of his command deck, hands white-knuckled against the rail.
It's not a fleet engagement,
He whispered.
it's a vivisection.
The space around them bloomed with explosions. New G.U.P ships emerged from microfolds. A cluster of Virelian corvettes tried to regroup. One was struck by a grav lance and folded inward on itself. He turned to his XO.
Initiate fallback to Segment D, evacuate the spires, launch full atmospheric defense grid.
The XO paled.
Sir, that will force our own patrols out of orbit.
Do it!
The stars had betrayed them. Operative Sarin crouched beneath a fractured archway as civilians screamed around him. His team moved like wraiths through the shadows, disabling junctions, rerouting signals. The distraction had worked. Their targets, the Vault Core data spires, were undefended. He tapped his comband.
Bravo units proceed. Upload codes to Axiom. We're inside.
Above him, the sky flickered with fire. War had come.